reaction coming from the Congress party side. Now, this is something that was expected as far as the Congress party to react on their own leader, Shashi Tharoor's reasoning that he has given, or rather the candid confession that has now been done by him. Congress party goes on to call it as his personal opinion.
We need to understand that for India's interest, Congress always stands. Congress doesn't act for any purpose. Congress acts for India. Our colleague Shashi Tharoor is a senior diplomat. Therefore, he has his views on the diplomatic and the foreign relations. India is always a country which should maintain its neutrality with the friendship with all other countries, and we all know that India's non-alignment policy for long has been strength for us.
Well, Sabyasachi is connected with us. Mr. Rajiv Chandrasekhar is also connected with us. Good morning to you. What do you make of Shashi Tharoor's big admission that has now come across as on expected lines? The Congress party comes out to say it is personal opinion.
Look, the Congress, whether it is Chidambaram who criticized the UPI or Raghuram Iyer who criticized electronics manufacturing in our country, there is a long history of the Congress being proven wrong, their leaders being proved wrong when it comes to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's performance, his vision. And so today we have Shashi Tharoor joining that illustrious list of congressmen who've been proved wrong. Whether you call it egg on your face or you have to eat your words, the fact is Prime Minister Narendra Modi has raised the bar on foreign policy, on economy, on innovation and growth. And it's the Congress that is embarrassing themselves by simply criticizing him and trying to demonize him.
So do you believe that this misjudgment on their part, as he's been saying, that still wiping the egg off my face? Of course, we have seen instances in the past as well, Mr. Chandrasekhar, that Shashi Tharoor may have had a little soft corner as far as for the Prime Minister and his policies are also concerned. Where do you think it seems to be leading?
Look, I don't know where he's leading. He obviously speaks from both sides of his mouth, and he's a legend in being able to manage his various contradictions. But that apart, there is no doubt in anybody's mind. Anybody who is an free thinker, knows that our country and our economy and our nation has moved and transformed dramatically and significantly in the last 10 years under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and it is only who are blinded by political hate that refuse to acknowledge that. And maybe it is that the sunlight is finally shining on some congressmen and they're beginning to see the truth.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rajiv Chandrasekhar, for joining in and for speaking the point as far as the Congress party here is concerned. Sabya, we have seen the reaction coming in from Mr. Manickam Tagore, also a Congress MP, saying that, a senior fellow and a former diplomat like Shashi Tharoor, he knows best what goes into a country's foreign policy. However, did not refrain to say it as a personal opinion of it.
Well, that's right. See, the Congress party right now is in a dilemma how to react to Shashi Tharoor congratulating Prime Minister Narendra Modi and praising Prime Minister Narendra Modi over the diplomacy success. Now we had seen that several leaders of the Congress party, be it Manickam Tagore or K. Suresh, the chief whip of the Congress party in Lok Sabha, they are maintaining the fact that this is Shashi Tharoor's personal opinion and the party has nothing to do with it. And given Shashi Tharoor's history as a diplomat, he is best suited to give answer on this particular issue. Whereas Shashi Tharoor clearly pointed out that it was a diplomacy success because India could engage both with Russia and Ukraine simultaneously, and he has earlier also back in 2024 when Prime Minister Narendra Modi had visited Kyiv, at that particular time he has said that it is a very fine gesture by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So time and again Shashi Tharoor has praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi over the diplomacy success that India has been having as far as the conflict between Russia and Ukraine is concerned. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself time and again have retaliated that he is for peace, India wants peace, and that is the reason why, whether he is in Ukraine or he is in Russia, he is continuously speaking on this particular issue, and that is the reason why Mr. Shashi Tharoor has praised the diplomacy success of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
And Pradeep, as far as India's stand is also concerned, because recently the Prime Minister has said that of late India is considered to be a country which is neutral in the ongoing conflict. He said, no, we are not neutral. We have a stand, and that stand calls for peace and dialogue, and saying that this is not an era of war. And do you believe that this very stand of India has actually strengthened its standing as a credible mediator? Because India is in a position where Mr. Shashi Tharoor also believes that it can make a difference to lasting peace.
Nothing can be much better than when you are acceptable to each and every country. India is acceptable to Ukraine, India is acceptable to Russia. That's what actually Shashi Tharoor was talking about. At this stage, India can even hug Vladimir Putin, India can even hug Volodymyr Zelensky. So that means India's policy is being acceptable to one, because India's stand had been very clear. No confrontation, it should be cooperation. Differences should not lead to dispute. Instead, one should sort out the things on the dialogue table, come on the talking table, because that is the best option that India had been suggesting both to Ukraine as well as Russia. I still remember when many of the students were stuck up that time in Sumy and Mariupol area. That was the time when Narendra Modi made one phone call to Zelensky. He got the war stopped from both the sides for about 3 hours. That was the time they were able to take out the students. That clearly indicates the kind of a charisma and also how the Narendra Modi's policy seemed to be working. He was able to take out his citizen from the war-torn area at the same time he was even able to convey a message that peace is going to be the best option. And see what really has happened. After 3 years of death
that
and
he's
destruction,
given, and of course, as far as when it comes to understanding the gravity of situation, this is something that India has kept forth as far as its stand is also concerned, voicing concerns to both sides, whether be it Russia and even to Ukraine, and even to get as many reactions, especially from the Congress party side, on what they have to say on the statement made by Congress MP Shashi Tharoor. Pradeep and Sabya, thank you very much for joining in.